What's going on, guys? It's Groove, back with another book review, and today we have Talk is Cheap, The Fight Against Mediocrity. The main thing that the author wants you to know is you just need to take mass amounts of action. That's the number one goal of this book, and understanding is whatever you want to do in life, you need to take mass amounts of action. You can't be a daydreamer, and that's what most people are today. He said he was in sales, and he became one of the top sales associates, and he became a millionaire by the time he was 27. He's entered multiple triathlons. He became the number 2 ranked unicyclist in the United States. And he just goes on to say that if you want to do anything in this life, you just need to put massive action behind it. No matter what you want to do. You want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, whatever it is, you can do it if you just put massive action behind it. You can't just talk about it. Like you have to just go do. So he talks about how it's your moral obligation to be the best version of you. So many people today they're just average. They're just, again, like he says, mediocre. They're just right in the middle. And that's not good, especially today in America. If you're middle class today in America, you're getting ran over today. Majority of people are either moving back in the house with their parents or they're living in their cars. And he says, again, it's the duty to yourself. You owe it to you. Like, this is your life. Like let's go. Let's take it into our own hands and let's be responsible. Let's be the best version of ourselves that we can be. Another thing that was interesting, he talks about how 1%, he said only 1% of people actually take responsibility for their own lives. And you need to take responsibility for your own life. And, that's the only way you can change your life. If you just leave the responsibility to somebody else, then that means that they're the only ones that can change your life. But when you take responsibility for your life, the good and the bad, whether it was your fault or not, something gets rewired inside of your brain. And now it's like, well, because it's my responsibility, I can change it. He also stresses the fact that you're the only one that needs to believe in yourself. There's no limitations on your life if you believe in you. No matter what your parents say, no matter what society says, no matter what the people at your job think, if you want to go after something, all you need is your own belief. I mean, of course, it's great if your parents support you or if friends, support you and they're like, yeah, you can do this. Like, I believe in you, but you don't need anybody to believe in you. He also talks about confidence in this book. Confidence is huge, and most people lack confidence. And he says the easiest way to build up confidence today is just to take more action. If you want to go do something in this life, if you don't even know how to do it, just taking those small steps, step after step after step, those things build confidence. And then that confidence makes you take even more bigger steps. And then the bigger steps brings even more confidence. And so it's like literally like a snowball effect. The more you do, the more confidence you get. The more confidence you get, the more action you'll take again. And it builds and builds and builds. And so people that lack confidence today, it's because they're not taking enough action. So another thing when it comes to goals that he talks about is you need to crush your mornings. He said the mornings are the best time to get your goals done. Not only, it's been scientifically proven that us as humans, we have a bucket of willpower, and in the morning, that willpower it's sitting at 100%. Over the day, it slowly and slowly depletes. And so during, the evening time, if you wanted to do something, now you're just like, oh, well, I don't really have the energy anymore. I don't really feel like doing it. And that willpower has gone. And he actually came up with some stats. He said, if you just get up an hour earlier, so like if you're like, okay, I want to get something done and I'm going to dedicate an extra hour of my morning to doing this. So 1 hour a day is an extra 365 hours a year, obviously. That equates to an extra 15.2 days in the year. If you're studying for a test or you're trying to play the guitar or whatever you're trying to do, whatever task you're trying to accomplish, if you just get up and, an extra hour earlier throughout the day or in the morning or an extra 2 hours earlier, if you can do that, you've just added 15 days to a month of extra time throughout the year. Again, people sit there and say they don't have any extra time or they don't have any time. Just doing something an extra 2 hours a day gets you an extra month of, being proficient at that task or whatever you wanted to accomplish. So one of the last main things that he talks about in this book is creating deadlines. Like, you have to give yourself deadlines. The only difference between a goal and a dream is a deadline. Like, you have to give yourself, okay, I'm going to get this done today. I'm going to get this done in the next 30 minutes. And it's funny, the smaller the deadline, the faster you actually accomplish something. So like, if you give yourself a week to do something, you'll probably do it like the last 2 days or like that last day. But if you give yourself that same task, if you're like, I'm going to accomplish this today, you'll get it done. And you'll get it done even faster. Like, and he says the smaller the deadline you give yourself, the faster you actually get the task done. Only 2% of people give themselves deadlines. And so it just stays a dream. Oh, I was gonna read that book, or I'm gonna, go outside and mow my lawn. Oh, I'll just get to it this weekend. And then the entire week goes by. But if you just give yourself a deadline, and the smaller the deadline, the faster it is you'll get it done. So that's pretty much it for this book. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in that next one. Peace.